So what is a case study? We have a scenario and then we analyze the scenario. So this is one method of learning to give solution. One method of digging deep into a kind of scenario and then we try to break through with lot of ideas. We try to come up with lot of ideas and then we try to address the situation that is given in a particular scenario. Now, case study can be about a person, it can be about we can do a case study, something that has happened in the life of a person or some difficulty faced by a person and then how we can help him come out of it. So ultimately every case study is written in order to educate the others, in order to make sure that others learn from what has happened in that particular incident. So case study can be very well about a person, it can be about a product, it can be about a process, so every organization is made up of person, product, process. We need people to work in an organization and people use product to work in the organization and the process connects person and the product. So these three are interrelated. And when does that become a case study for us? When there is some incident that has happened or when there is a critical situation that has occurred in the organization with a person or with a product or with a process, then we take that as a case study and then we try to solve it. Now what is the benefit? What is the benefit of studying a case study? We also need to know one more thing. It can be upon a particular organization. Case study can also be about an organization. We can also do a study about an organization. How an organization has progressed. How an organization has failed miserably. What exactly happened. So those things can be studied with a case study. Now, what is the benefit that we would get out of doing a case study? Or if we work on a case study, what is the outcome? Okay, right. Be able to manage. If the same situation prevails in the present organization that we are working, this solving of case study can be applied here and then we will be able to come out of it very easily. Very good. Any other benefit? Helpful? Helpful in promotions. Okay. Okay, is helpful by and large.
Companies or something else, if we realize all the case studies, if we can prevent the cases.
Yes, it's a preventive measure. We knew that something has happened with a person, so we will try to avoid that it shouldn't occur to me or to my colleague or to my boss. Or when we know that something has happened to an organization in the process or in the product, it can act as a preventive measure. Very rightly said by Surinder. It serves as a preventive measure. So basically it gives you awareness that these are all potential problems that can happen in an organization with a person, with a product, or with a process. So we need to be alert. And what else could be the benefit? It helps us to think analytically. The capacity to think gets bigger. We can think a lot, we can be creative in our thought, we can analyze situation, and it will activate the brain. This case study method of learning is going to help us think in different perspective and we'll be able to address. Okay, so now is there any particular formula to solve the case study?
Person to person.
Person or process, product, or do we have a standard formula? If we apply this formula, this case study gets solved.
For person, it never works. Product and process are the same.
Okay.
There is a formula for everything. There is a formula. Person is differs from the situation what we do.
Okay, so Surendra says like this, Siddharth says no. What does Surya Prakash take in it? Okay, there is no standard solution. Okay. Primarily in case study, it is for us to learn. The event has happened. It's over. So we cannot dig back and then we cannot solve it. It is for us to think ahead, for us to take a future, and it is an universally accepted fact that there is no proper formula that you can apply to solve a particular case study. But what we can do is we can discuss among ourselves. We can discuss and we can come up to a consensus. Why? Because an organization is made up of people. So if those people agree to a particular situation or agree to a particular solution, then there comes the success. So it is up to us to think in different perspective and see to it that an acceptable solution is arrived. So front office is again a beautiful department where we have lot of scenarios erupting. In different situations, we may have different scenarios, and learning those scenarios and trying to working on those scenarios will help us improve our thinking capacity, decision making skills. We'll be confident of any kind of situation, because front office is all about situation handling. Unexpected scenarios may come right in front office. So if we are used to learning these case studies, then when you get into job, it becomes more easier for you. So with this, we move on to case studies, sample case studies. So now, what exactly I am going to do is, I have come up with case studies for 3 of you. So I am not going to distribute it, I will keep it upside down. Whoever takes whichever paper will have to solve that case study. Yes, you have to make notes and you come in front and then you present the questions that have been asked. Very simple case studies. You will take time. You will take 15 to 20 minutes time in reading, analyzing and so on. And then whatever you have understood, you will note it down. At the end of case study, there is a question answer. So you will write whatever you can and then you will come here, you will present your case study. This is what it is. I exactly have 3 case studies. First, okay, Surendra can take whatever. Okay. Okay. There is no choice for you. So the one you have got, yes, it's not all the 3 case studies that you will be doing. I'll tell you what you have to do. So you will be doing this case study 102, the one the others have got only one. So it's all 3 different case studies I have given. So now take a pen and see if any person is associated in the case study. Now the 3 case studies are given. See if there is a person. So in your rough sheet, you will have to mention the name of the person. This is how we deal a case study. Next, after looking out person, their designation, you will move into, is there any product available in the case study? Is there a mention of any product? What are they trying to tell? Now that we'll have to understand. It's all huge big paragraphs. So is it, for us, it will take a lot of time to understand whether it is about a person, whether it is about a product, whether it is about a process. So we'll have to see whether is there any fault that has been addressed as far as the process or procedural issues are concerned. There will be some issues that is addressed in the case study. And is it about an organization? Sometimes none of these 4 will be there, but it may be devising or inventing something new. The case study will be devised in such a way that situation will be given and they want directly answer from us. However, at least any one would be there for you to concentrate on. So once you are done, you can come in front, you can read the case study so that others understand, and then you can, in a crisp way, you can list out what you have found or what your suggestion you wanted to give.
Good afternoon. This is case study of purchasing of a PMS module or a sales and marketing applications of a portal. There is Nana and Lauren who attended a computer conference recently, who is the front office manager in sales and marketing department. Nana is trying to update the PMS of a portal, so it will be useful. But Lauren has to show that marketing and sales department applications, updating it will be so useful. Both are have there is some argument with them and not argument, there is discussion with them and they are going for a general manager of the types of portal. And Mr. Chu is willing to consider for PMS module. So how would you approach them? How would you approach the general manager? That's the question over here. If I am there in the position of Nana or Lauren, I would approach a manager that if PMS module is updated, it will be very useful, so that there is a reservation, updating status, everything will be in updated manner. Sales and marketing system is within a boundary, but it should be done, but reservations and it will be take time. If it is so updated and fast, it will be so useful for a smooth running of an organization or portal. So in case of Nana, but Lauren, if I am a Lauren, I would try to go for sales and marketing. So sales and marketing is more and efficient, then will be used, it will be very easy management to the portal. So I prefer, in case of him, I will go for it. But PMS module plays a major role in front office to all department requires PMS. So reservation, group status, all to be fingertip and updated. Thank you.
So we give a class to the person. So what did you learn from this case study?
From case study, first we want to both of them we want to know the benefits of the both. Then remaining that we want to know from the users who are using. We have many friends tied up with using hotels. So we want to know if they are implemented, what are the benefits from them they are using. So we want to think about that.
We are able to think a lot.
Several Subramanian community projects influence of new citizens coming to the area. Several company individuals will be relocating to the area and they are expecting to employ 25% at the level of organizations. Also, one of the computers will locate at the core computers will additional to the executive salary. So they are consulting the professor of Catherine recently and he told about the companies. So if you are the professor Catherine recently, what actions will you take on it? I will allow the companies to go benefits for the unemployed persons where more justify a response with regard to water operations and development. If you are living in the community, how do the development affect the career and water industries? If I was a water person, I will get a good job, good development and good environment to the workers.
So basically, it's about employment. So the professors is like willing to allow economic to come to the for employment. So that's the kind of reason. Right? So what did we learn from this?
Year by year people are increasing. So companies are definitely allowed to get a good job.
It's becoming wonderful.
Okay, so this case study is basically about the front office manager, Anna Shavaria, who has been working for the first just a few months in Times Hotel. So she's facing a few problems with other employees in the hotel, other people from her same level, or even from the people working under her. Like and they've given us a few examples, like Milo Diaz, who is the personal manager. He has complaints about the front desk clerks. They have no punctuality in posting their schedules. They don't even authorize their payroll forms. Thomas Brown, who is the executive housekeeper, he basically he usually seems to be a great friend outside work, but inside he keeps badgering the front desk clerks about inefficiency, the other check-in and check-out problems, etc. It's basically in work environment harassment. Yuval Lee, who is the executive engineer, he has some communication problems with Manoj Singh. And there's also been an incident where when he was at home, he got a call that the lift in the building stopped working. Eventually, it was found out it was done by a group of children manually. So also there's Eric Jones, who is the F&B manager. He blames the front desk for not being able to increase the sales in the dining coupons. He always keeps saying, when the desk clerks haven't learned to talk about those free coupons. The guests are not even coming to the dining area. And the last one is Lauren DeSantis, who is the director of marketing and sales. She has had enough from the front desk clerks, who she just keeps displacing the phone messages and all her texts which are supposed to reach to her. And in fact, due to this, it seems directed the guests to go across the street and check out other properties also. It seems there was an information leaked on a better restaurant right around the corner. So effectively, sales are going down, guests are leaving the hotel. It's a very serious problem. So Anna feels she can improve on these shortcomings, but she seems to find some excuse or the other. For example, she knows that the schedules they are supposed to be posted on Tuesdays, but her employees, they basically give her last minute requests for days off and she lets them go. So due to this, the scheduling is always delayed. Obviously, that leads to the complaint. So next is the front desk clerks have made major errors in checking guest into rooms. So that complaint is also But she blames it that she blames it on the computer system, saying the computer system must have given them some wrong information. Elevator issue is not is obviously, excuse me, the front desk's fault, but if the entire hotel has only one executive engineer and then there's no engineering staff in the hotel except for that one person, it means that this person, he cannot even take leaves. He has to work 24/7, 365 days in the hotel. He has to see when some emergency might happen in some time. So we need to also focus on employing electrical specialists who can actually act as substitutes for Mr. Yuvan. So she took these issues and she went to the general manager, Ms. Margaret Shu, and she, when Margaret Shu told her that her 6-month probationary period would be over in a month, it was time to discuss Anna's progress before a permanent offer to be made. She definitely insisted on Anna to prepare a list of strategies to work towards improvement in the following areas: employee motivation, personal training, effective scheduling of employees, communication, and empowerment. And basically, our job is to assist Anna in developing these strategies in these 5 points to improve her ability in the art of supervising employees. Now, on the surface, this might look like the employees are actually forcing Anna into such situations and she has no clue. Also, it's her first few months, so obviously there might be some sort of sympathy created. But I feel this is a classic case of inexperienced and untrained management, because this is one of the reasons why management trainees go through 2 years of training under hotels. They have to see how the working of the hotels are, how in different situations how to react. So you can actually suggest a few points. Like for example, employees motivation should be there. That's why HR department always keeps that is one of the main existences of the HR department to help improve the morale and also the effectiveness of the workers who are there. But we also need to focus on personal training, because if employees have so much of freedom to give last minute changes in their schedules and just leave for work, it's definitely a problem. Because we have to realize that above front office managers, there are also other people who are watching over her work. This is definitely not a case of punctuality. It's in a huge establishment, this is definitely looked down upon. And effective scheduling of employees. If we can reduce the flexibility and in fact provide fixed leaves for employees in their beginning years, then the scheduling can be improved. You can't just give off leaves to your employees just because you're working for the first few months. Communication is also a very important thing that should be improved on, especially for the front office management herself. Because if as a front office staff itself, if you can't handle something as simple as advertising dinner coupons, then there's a serious issue. But these are all done using workshops and training courses, refreshment courses as well. And lastly, empowerment. As we said, Mr. Thomas Brown, who is the executive housekeeper, he keeps bickering on some staff who are not even from his department. When he seems to be friendly on the outside, here he comes out of his way just to harass these people, telling them check-in is not done properly, check-out is not done properly. Of course, from our side also we have to see what sort of improvements can be done. But we need to also make sure that the workplace is a safe environment for all employees in general. So these are the things we can do. So these are the steps we can take in helping in improving, developing strategies to help in improving supervision.
that was a very interesting session that we had, and you were all three of you were able to, number one, understand the scenario. That's more important. As management students, we should know what is being presented, and that three of you had grasped it rightly. And second point was the power to think, the power to apply whatever thinking potential that we have. And number three, attempting to come up with a solution. Something very important. I saw all these points. Now, whether the solution is right or not, that's different. But are we able to recommend or suggest a solution is what is the learning that we need to have, and all three of you have done it in a very fantastic. So my sincere compliments to all three of you, and when we gradually pick up pace in it, you will be able to really do well in terms of campus recruitment and in terms of spontaneously coming up with some answers. The one thing that recruiters are looking at is spontaneous answers, not a staggered answer or a deferred answer, a spontaneous answer. And these case studies will actually make you do that. Alright, so let's break for the lunch now. Thank you all for joining this particular session. I wish you all a very happy session in the afternoon. I think what is the class in the afternoon for you? Okay, you don't have the day off. Great. Alright. See you then. See you tomorrow.